Well, by now, we are all a bit weary, I'm sure, of hearing about the demise of the Kentucky and Indiana basketball rivalry. But you know what? I'm going to add my 2 cents worth anyway. As an older fan who's been witnessing these thrilling games between UK and IU for over 4 decades, I'll admit that I'm saddened that these two border state schools, winners of a combined 13 national championships, will not be meeting in the foreseeable future. Basically, Coach Cal and Coach Crean simply could not agree on where to play. So one of college basketball's best rivalries has been discontinued. Now, let me say point blank that I am not here today to place blame because both coaches did what they thought was right for their respective programs. Coach Cal wants to play marquee non-conference games on neutral courts. Coach Crean wants to keep the games in on-campus venues. Now, I realize that most younger fans will ask, well, what's so important about keeping IU on the schedule anyway? After all, they've hardly been competitive in recent years. UK has won 15 of the last 18 games by an average margin of 14.5 points. However, as a UK historian, I am here to tell you that there were some UK-IU games, particularly in the 70s and 80s, that could only be described as classics. In the inaugural game of the Big Four Classic in Indianapolis, I saw UK defeat IU 82-76 in overtime. The place was electric. And then there was the holy grail of the UK-IU rivalry, that 92-90 win for the Cats over Bobby Knight's top-ranked and undefeated Hoosiers in 1975. That breathtaking win propelled the Wildcats onto the Final Four in San Diego in what I personally believe was a loss that so devastated Bobby Knight that he got to the point that even today, he would rather undergo a root canal than utter the name Kentucky Wildcats. And for me personally as a fan, another reason that the end of this fierce rivalry is disheartening is that for 43 seasons, it has featured the two storied flagship programs from the nation's 2 most basketball-obsessed states. And before I conclude my reflections today, I'd like to bring up another point. Some nearby fan bases, I won't mention any names, but their initials are IU and UL, have insinuated that UK is afraid to play Indiana and Bloomington anymore. To that, I'd say, poppycock. Coach Calipari has explained precisely why the rivalry was not renewed, and I quote him, "When we schedule, there are 3 factors my staff and the administration must take into consideration. Number 1, preparing our players for the postseason. Number 2, our fans. And number 3, the financial component." So there you have it, fans. Neutral sites would indeed generate more revenue and open up tickets for UK fans who are never able to get into Rupp Arena. As I said at the top of the show, as a fan, I'm sad to see the rivalry end because I want to see as many great teams and great basketball as possible, but also I have implicit and complete faith in Coach Cal and his judgment as to what is best for the UK basketball program. What's your opinion? I'm Ron Chilton for KSTV.